Bedtime was half an hour ago. My 6-year-old just walked out, bleary-eyed, and asked his father if a duck is a predator. Some things are too important to go to bed without knowing. A man and a woman meet in heaven and fall in love. They walk up to God and ask to be married. God says, "Give me some time and I'll get back to you." 3 or 4 years pass and God finally tells the man and woman that he can have them married. A few more years pass and the man and woman fall out of love. They approach God once more and this time they ask for a divorce. God responds, "It took me 4 years to find a priest in this place. How long do you think it'll take me to find a lawyer?" Jeff, we've talked about Earl. Why does Old English look like shposting? Pickness. Was pop in Jimbo. That's a thorn. That little half B half P looking abomination makes the TH sound. That says thickness. That is shposting. Who the F discovered time travel in 2017? Danny DeVito turned 70 today, which is weird because I've never had any concept of how old he is. I like to think that he exists outside of time and space. More importantly, it means no one was aware of him being 69 last year. We fucked up. I can't believe it. We really fucked up. A church in Norway, built in 1181 without any nails. Of all the things to highlight about this building, the lack of nails is not the thing I would have expected. Me. Why do we have the phrase bone dry when bones spend most of their time being very wet? Roommate. Maybe because when you touch a bone, it feels really dry. Bones are porous, so they actively suck the moisture out of your fingers. Me. That's so much more unsettling than my original question. Thank you. Christ, why? The beast. I'm gonna be cursed forever. For who could ever learn to love a beast? Bell. Local furry. Local furry. Lake effect snow watch for Monroe, New York. It's 30. For Sykes and Sylvedcast, I guess. Oh, the weather outside is redacted. Price, $10.06. Sale, $10.05. Prime. Oh, you don't have Prime? Sucks to be you. Jeff Bezos is feeling generous today. Americans think absolutely nothing of driving 7 hours. They'll drive 7 hours just for dinner. They'll drive 7 hours just for chips and dip. My friend in the UK told me that they only see their father like 2 to 3 times a year because they live so far away. When I asked how far do they live, they said that it's a 45-minute drive. My commute to work, 5 days a week, is an hour. We have to drive everywhere here in America, and I hate it so much. I hate driving. I hate the interstate. It is horrible. Things I learned from studying ancient history. 3,500 years ago, the Minoans had hot and cold taps and flushing toilets. The name Alexandra is at least 3,200 years old. When Cimbri warriors crossed the Alps in 101 BC, they stripped naked, sat on their shields, and slid down the snowy mountainside to frighten the Romans. Xerxes whipped the sea 300 times and threw shackles into the water to punish it for destroying his bridge. Caligula named his horse Consul. The ancient Greeks once tried to domesticate snails. Teenage King Mursilii walked his army from the mountains of central Anatolia, across the Syrian desert and all the way to Mesopotamia, attacked Babylon, stole the doors, and left. Polybius spends an entire book of his histories criticizing Timaeus, another historian. Sample chapters include Timaeus wrong about Libya, the errors of Timaeus, and Timaeus blinded by personal malignity. There was an actual man in ancient Greece named Misogynes. People who say ancient history is boring are wrong. It is a phase, Mom. Show me a permanent state of the self, Mom. Impermanence does not mean insignificance, Mom. The key to a happier life is being in a constant state of change and acceptance, Mom. I remember way too many small details about people, so I have to act dumb sometimes, so I don't freak them out. Friends' eyes are watering for no reason. Are you wearing that mascara you're allergic to, but wear anyway, cause you think it's cute? When did I tell you that? Like 2 years ago. One of my favorite linguistic phenomena / in jokes is Spanish potato chips, being ham flavored probably. You see, because Spain and Portugal are so close, labels and stuff like food, shampoo, etc. often come in Portuguese as well as Spanish. This brand of chips, Lay's, displays the flavor in Spanish and Portuguese, resulting in ham flavored chips looking like this. With jamon being Spanish and presunto being Portuguese. However, presunto is also a Spanish adjective, meaning presumed or suspected. So you have this in-joke going, where Spanish chips taste like ham, presumably. Took my cat to the vet the other day, and the vet goes, "Well, I don't see anything wrong here. He's just a very handsome boy." And I almost teared up. When you're washing raspberries, and they fill with water, and you sip it, and feel like a gentle woodland elf, reblog if you agree. I used to fill raspberries with honey, and eat them with brie, whilst sitting on a rock formation in the woods behind my abuela's house, while watching the chickens. What do you mean you're pregnant? I don't know. The condom must have broke. Well, then I wish you'd have an abortion. You can't wish for me to harm humans, Timmy. You're talking about the Zootopia pro-life comic, but missing this masterpiece. OP, I'm on my way to kill you with my bare hands. I feel like people who hate bagpipes kind of miss the whole point of them. They are not dainty instruments. They are not here to make you tap your fingers on tabletops. They are here to smash right into your chest and make you face every emotion you've repressed this century. Biggest fucking mood. They're also meant for hilltops, not small rooms. Can't get the right reverb with all that echo. They're also meant to make you fight the English. Don't forget that part. My fab bagpipe player was a dude who would go out to the middle of a soccer field near my college apartment on Sunday. No one was using the field, and he'd just be out there, playing his heart out, and the sound would just spread out over the plains. I'd be working on art for class, so I'd open the window and listen. I still have fond memories of the day a kid biked up to the edge of the field, ran over to the bagpiper, and the music stopped for a moment, and as they talked, I couldn't hear it, but I had assumed the worst, that someone had decided to tell him to stop playing. Instead, after the pause, the musician seemed to nod, readjusted his bagpipes, and started belting out the Star Wars theme. F you. Strong letter to follow. An on hate from the late 1800s. What I love most about this is that this person was so incensed at the recipient that they couldn't even wait the days or weeks it would take for the mail to go through. No, they had to say F you as soon as fucking possible and let the recipient that they were not done with the F you. May. This was merely the first folly in what would undoubtedly be a dressing down of biblical proportions. To avoid gay marriage, some parts of Alabama have banned weddings altogether. We did it, guys. We got Alabama to ban the straights. It hurt itself in its confusion. Please look at this picture of Michelle Obama and Sporticus. I told Blizzard to eat die on Twitter, and my account was suspended for 11 hours. My sister just walked into my room, grunted oil and promptly collapsed on the floor. F. She got possessed by America. I love when professors try to use modern slang to relate to students. My professor referred to the theater of Pompeii as the place where Caesar got vibe checked by a bunch of senators, and I lost it. Vibe check, 1806, by Vincenzo Camuxini. Fking weeb necks. Nightcore, honky tonk badanka dank. Nightcore, she thinks my tractor's sexy. This is proof God doesn't exist. What time is it, you ask? I pull out my 2.7 metric ton granite sundial and immediately crush both of your feet. I loudly announce it is cloudy. King of Pop. Sir Michael. Stop right there, smooth criminal scum. Walks into bar. Sits in a booth with people in it. Don't you all love being CIs? I love to be CIs. It's good. Whispering to small lizard under the table. What do CIs people drink? Milk. You said milk. Y'all got milk at this bar?